Wargamer 101 here, Bruce. I will be your reluctant tour guide today. Episode 5 of my after action reports for Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Cue the dramatic music. Mud. General Mud. General Mud. Let's scroll down here and show you what not thinking too far ahead does to you on the Eastern Front. There you go. Reducing this pocket and being partially encircled. We'll take care of it after the mud goes away. But as we scroll down, remember that breakout I was telling you about last time in the Valdai Hills? Okay, now you can see the bare minimum. But let's show you something here. Let's do a little reconnaissance here. There you go. Look at that. That is very, very ugly. They've taken back Valdai Luki. They've got essentially scouts out far. They've got units and cavalry streaming across the Davina River, heading towards Mogilev. It is not pretty, and it's going to take a lot of work to clean this up. Now, what's happening now, weather-wise, is mud. Mud, 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 mud. But every other turn is cold weather, ice. So it freezes the mud so you can fight. But then the next turn, it's mud again. And this has been going on for several turns. So what I'm trying to do is come down here, the Pola River, and push, and I'm going to try, and with these units here, I'm going to try to cut these guys off. It's the only thing I can do. I've got to be able to threaten them somehow to make them pull back, because otherwise they're just going to head all the way to, say, Minsk, which means all these units would have to pull back to clean that up, and all that great ground there would have to be given up. Good news, if there is any, still hold Rezev, still hold Vyazma. I am now 10, 20, 30 miles from Kaluga, and I am actually 30 miles from Orel. Still hold Bryansk. Come down here, holding this, containing this little bulge here. And if you look here, all those infantry that were pushed way out past the river, I've basically slowly pushed them back, and I have them almost surrounded. They are out of supply to some extent at yellow. Not as serious as orange or red, but still. So I have to sit there and cut this one spot so I can cut them off. But I think still some of them are going to escape. That's going to happen, but if I could kill 20 divisions or something in here, I'd be more than happy. A little micro encirclement. Not very many of those happen so far in this game. Okay, and as you can see, I've got this nice line now coming down well past the river. Um, I'm bulging out here and there. I've cleaned up the nip, the bend here, the Niper River bend, but he's still pushing in, and it's going to take a little bit more work. But I should be getting some more reinforcements. Okay, so I'm going to get a ton of Italians. Look at all those Italians I'm going to get on turn 53. Now it's still going to take them several turns to get to the front, but they are going to help bolster this line and hopefully be able to push in a little bit to make these guys want to pull back so they don't get cut off. But if I can somehow cut them off too, kill another 10 or 15 infantry divisions without much effort, that helps. That helps a lot. Um, so, I mean, there's good points and there's bad points. The worst part is this incredible bulge here. This thing is boggles my mind that they were able to get so much stuff just pouring through this rough terrain and everything. But you know what? That happens when you have turns and turns of winter where you can't do anything because your guys are freezing their cojones off. Okay? So you got to give the Russians and the Russian AI credit for doing this huge bulge. But I'm hoping, like I said, that I can push in and maybe pinch it a little bit and scare them. But then again, they might say, hey, we're going to double down. Screw you. We're going to stay and make you work to reduce us. But you can see that there could be 100 divisions in there. That would be a beautiful thing to have taken off the map. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be tough. And then I'm having to contend with all these damn partisans popping up everywhere. Fortunately for partisans, they know how to work in the mud. The only way my security troops get anywhere is on the rail lines. And they rail to the spot, they jump off the train, they kill the partisans, and then they're done. So each security unit can essentially kill one partisan at a time. So, and all of my minor allies cannot get above this line. So I have a lot of security troops down here in the south, but they can't go north of that line to help me clean up the situation. So, and just to give you an idea, the train, the supply, unless it's a partisan breaking the supply line, my supply is really good. I mean, you can see all the green means you are go. But they have cut this supply line here in this area. So, man, it's going to be wow. You want a challenge? This would be a challenge. Definitely a challenge, especially if you're playing the game with no modifications or anything, just like you are getting historical level reinforcements. That's what you get. You don't get anything else. So it's definitely very difficult. I will say one thing. Up here in Leningrad, once I, this unit right here in Pushkin, if I can take Pushkin, that puts me right next to Leningrad. That is the anchor point for their line. Okay. If I can push past Pushkin and these guys get killed, if I kill these guys, I can sit there and have this infantry shift to protect the flank while the Panzer Corps push along and we try to cut Leningrad off. It's possible. But with the amount of reinforcements I'm going to need for here, but that's one other good thing about this big, huge bulge. Yes, they stuffed a lot of units in here. Those units aren't other places defending. That's a valid point. So you make a decision, you give and take. So here's a little better pulled out view, and you can see just that bulge is just, that bulge makes the Battle of the Bulge look like, you know, a wimpy thing. So, and, but it's, man, it's tough. It's very tough. I'm not sure I don't think I don't know if I could play the Russians. The organization you have to have for the Russians has got to be incredible. And I know there's people out there who probably played the Russians and had a good time. Maybe one time I'll play the Russians. But man alive. Just look at the front. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And and needless to say, mud does not help at all. Very historic. So I will give the game credit for showing very historical uh, effects. That's a good word for it. Well, that is turn 50 for this video AAR, and come back and turn 61, and we'll see where we're at. If I can't clean this up by, say, turn 100, oh, I don't think I could. It depends on how I'm doing on the rest of the front, but man, that's going to be rough. Um, take a lot of resources and a lot of time and effort, which takes away from trying to get to Moscow and, you know, all the other spots, you know, Stalino, and I can't even imagine. Okay, look where I'm at. Look how far away Stalingrad is. Holy mackerel. How do they do it? I'm stunned by how they did it. That's got about 300 miles. It's got to be more than that, actually. From Dnepropetrovsk, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, 450 miles? 450 miles. I just, wow. Okay. Now I know the game's 255 turns, so I'm really only, what, one fifth in? So, all right, guys. If you like this video, press the like button. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I appreciate it. This has been Wargamer 101 Bruce, and I will see you on the flip side.